I mean, that's what the Buffalo Bills are all about right there.
Let's go Bills.
What is going on, Bills Mafia? Welcome back to Mafia Talk. It's your boy Julian J Mafia. As always, I'm joined by Big Cuz Pedro Peasy. How you feeling tonight, Cuz?
Good. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing today?
Man, we all feeling good. We feeling great, man. I hope everybody's having a great summer, man. Because football season is right around the corner. Matter of fact, it's right next door, man. Tomorrow starts off the Hall of Fame game. I'm telling you, man, we lit. Football season's here. Hall of Fame games tomorrow, man.
I'm ready.
Let's get it. Before we dive more into that, I got a special guest I'd love to introduce, man. He's my dog. He's my brother. He's been riding with me since day one. Let me pull up my man's right here. Hold up. Where you at, man? Share stream. I guess you still here, cuz? Let's see. For some reason, not letting me pull him up real quick. No worries, man. We're going to get him in here sooner or later. But, man, shout out to the Mafia. Everybody tuning in. What's going on? Joey Hatch, my brother in here, showing love as always. We got Estelle, the queen. How we feeling, man? Make sure everybody tune in to Not Your Average Podcast every Thursdays, 2 o'clock. Man, great talks with her every week, man. Her and Mike. Definitely getting you latest on training camp. Stay tuned with her. We're going to rock, man.
Be having the info. That's how I've been keeping up with training camp because of her. Good looks on that, T.
Hell yeah. She always on the number love. Hell yeah. What's going on, Joey, man? Joey? Hoping you have a good summer.
What's going on, brother?
That's the thing, man. It's summertime, and we don't want to wish away our summer, but I mean, we love our Buffalo Bills, and we want to see our boys.
Oh yeah, condolences to you too, Joey. I know your dad passed away recently. I think it was, or was it your brother? I'm sorry. I'm just condolences, bro.
Nothing but love to Joey, man. Hope you're getting it through, man. Mafia's here for you. Talking my man Spencer here. Where you at, dog? He was just rocking with us. I don't know if it's on my end or if he's still in here, cuz I know you still got control of this.
I don't see him in here. I just see me and you.
We need my brother in here, man. He got a lot to say. He just got off the Hump Day hotline at 8 o'clock, man, with him and Joe Miller. Big things, man. Great conversations.
There you go.
All good, man. We gonna get him in here. Like I said, you don't see him, cuz?
Nah, I don't see him. I just see him on our side. Damn. But when we had him earlier, I didn't see him either. So
let me just resend this invite real quick, folks. I appreciate y'all patience. But because I mean, let's just dive into it real quick. Shoot, my man John Robert. Let him start off with it. John Roberts, I hope you're having a great summer. Nothing but love to you, my man. But we grabbed 2 new safeties. Because you got them?
I don't. We picked up another dude today. I don't know too much about him, but I did like the Kareem Jackson signing though.
Right.
To bring in a vet like that, you know, obviously that means
36 years old, but for a 1-year contract, I mean that's pretty good.
Obviously that means Micah Hyde might not be ready to make a decision yet because you would assume they would have called him first, right?
Yep.
But
you would imagine
from everything I'm hearing, they want to. Micah Hyde is going to be the hit the glass, you know, in case of emergency type shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. It says somebody just joined.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work with this, man. I apologize, folks.
Whoa, what's this? We not wrestling.
Like I said, a little technical difficulty. Let me switch the background back over to Mafia talk. But go ahead, cuz you was talking about the safety.
I mean, we could talk. Yeah, and I'm saying we could talk. Nah, we'll talk wrestling.
we ain't talking about wrestling right now.
Nah. But Kareem Jackson's a solid vet, man. He's still getting the job done. Did they say anything about Bishop? Did we get an update on Cole? Anybody in the chat? Let me know.
He did leave practice with an arm injury. They're not sure if it's upper body, shoulder, elbow. We're not sure. We just know that he had his arm wrapped up. He left practice. People seen him in the tunnel. He was walking around like nothing happened. But so we're just kind of wishing the best. We are going through a little injury bug. I just sent my boy J Spence another invite, so hopefully we can get him in. But
I just said somebody joined again, but I don't see him.
Let's see. But and the other dude was what's his name? Terrell Burgess from Washington, safety. So I mean, obviously we're running thin on safety. My biggest thing is that obviously with Cole Bishop, he's a rookie, so we're probably not too comfortable starting the rookie. Taylor Rapp is still there. He's still active. He should be pretty good. I haven't heard any injury on him. I know he took a vet rest day on Monday, so I'm pretty sure all should be good with him.
I mean, from everything I've been hearing, DeMar Hamlin's been having himself a camp. So
Hamlin, that's what I'm saying. And I'm glad you brought him up because DeMar Hamlin, I don't understand why people kind of treat him like he's that practice squad type of player when he held it down when Micah Hyde was out for that whole entire year. So I kind of don't understand the lack of respect for DeMar Hamlin when he held it down that whole entire year. There's been a handful of plays where I looked at him and like, oh, man, I wish Micah Hyde was there. But for majority of the whole entire season, Micah Hyde was out for like what? Week 2, week 3, if I'm not mistaken. Probably week 4 at the latest. But it wasn't until late towards the playoffs and late in the season is when you started seeing the difference. But I'm pretty solid with DeMar Hamlin being our starter safety until we can get our cards right. I'm not too worried. Obviously, we're gonna have our struggles, is because we got a lot of new faces, but I'm pretty confident in our team.
Yo, Jay Spence wants to get in, bro.
I know, man. Oh, it says about bum ass DeMar. Oh yeah, we gotta get you in here.
Yeah,
man.
we gotta get him in here because I kind of semi agree with him. I'm just going off of everything I hear, but you know, you gotta.
Shit's wild, man. It's always
had him like that's crazy.
Right, he was just in the studio. We went live, and for some reason they kicked him. Let me see.
It says there's a Q1 right here over here on our screen. I don't know what that is.
Are you able to scroll down and get him? Oh, there we go. There we go. My brother Jay Spence in the building. Let's get it.
We in this joint. What's up? What's up?
What's going on, bro?
We had the party rolling. What's good? First of all, before we have you dive in, tell the people where they can find you. Tell the people who you are, and let's get this thing going.
Hey, it's your boy JSpenceTheKing. Y'all can find me on pretty much every. Well, I really only be on Twitter, but I'm on every social at JSpenceTheKing, and I don't even have a home right now for no, that's a lie. Rumblings Network. It's not Buffalo Rumblings, but Rumblings Network. We're back, and then I also do Hump Day Hotline with my man Joe with the Overreaction Squad. So we back. What's up, though, man? I'm happy to be here.
Hey, man, football season, bro. Football season. It's always a great time, man.
Yeah. But I was tripping because I'm in the comments when I couldn't get in, and I'm like, y'all sitting here talking about DeMar Hamlin, and I couldn't sit back. So let me first let me just say this. I understand that this man literally died on the field, and he was robbed of the Comeback Player of the Year award, and I understand all of that. So like, I'm not sitting here disrespecting him from that level. I'm going to disrespect him from a talent level. Okay, so I'm gonna disrespect him there. Before, and I'm disrespecting tonight. Before that whole thing happened, this dude was a thumper. He hits, practice, the special teams play top tier. When he had to fill in here and there in spaces, he's a good filler. But when you're talking about starting a game, and when you're talking about having to cover, or you're basically protecting the end zone when our cornerbacks DeMar's not the guy. I don't know if y'all remember a couple years ago when Jordan and Michael was out. It was like week 3 in Miami.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. You're right. Listen,
I'm gonna tell you right now, he got cooked 3 times for touchdown.
Jalen Waddle got him twice, I think.
Waddle had like 170 something yards.
Yeah, and it's funny you brought that up because I literally just watched the highlights of that game today.
So you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yep. And so then you fast forward. Okay, we talking about Spence. Let's fast forward. Now let's talk about last season. Let's talk about the last time we saw DeMar Hamlin's punk ass. You had a fake punt You had a
Oh,
fake
come
punt.
on. You don't
You
blame
can't
him
blame
for
that
that.
on
Don't blame
him.
him.
How can I? How can I?
Because the coach is
That
dumb
wasn't
enough
his
to call it.
No, listen. Okay, you're
They
right.
They felt bad for him. They just put him there.
That was the stupidest call
Anybody
ever,
else
It
man.
was.
had it as
It
that.
was.
I was in the
And I
stadium
want.
that day.
You're
I
right.
couldn't
And I want
believe
McDermott. I wanted McDermott. I was the
It was
loudest. I'm like,
Bosch
McDermott got to
from the
go.
start. It had
You're
nothing
right.
to do with DeMar. But I feel
You're right.
you.
Let me
I
ask you
feel
this. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Real talk. Real talk. So, in the context of this show, right? I'm not talking about everything else. Context of the show, you guys are podcasters, right? Or vidcasters.
Yeah.
So if I came to you and said, yo, I need you to run a network today, like immediately, no training, just run it.
Got you.
You gonna do that?
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna try.
Yeah, I feel you. We're gonna try
Nah,
our best.
I'm
I'm
not
not gonna
saying
try.
I'm
You know
not-
why I'm not gonna try? You know why I'm not gonna try? Because I'm
You
not
don't
gonna
do
be
that.
the one that is looked at as the person that failed the franchise, the
wrong.
team, and the fan base. If
Fair
you
enough.
calling
Right.
my number in this situation, and I'm gonna tell you where I'm at before that. Really, it's McDermott. I'm on y'all. McDermott should have never. He should have never started Sam Martin in that position. The punter should have never been active.
Oh yeah.
So
he
I get
should've
that.
never played.
But we're
He's
talking
right.
about DeMar. We're talking about DeMar. Special teams, that play wasn't good. Last season, when y'all get a chance, I'm spitting off numbers because I'm not gonna spit numbers because I haven't been plugged in to the stats like I normally. But I will tell you, you go back and watch games like my brother said that he just did that Miami game, and you will see when DeMar was in, DeMar got cooked religiously, not consistently, religiously. Like that dude
Right.
dedicated his life to getting cooked on a week by week basis. And I don't understand. The only people I see be this dedicated is like Christians and what's the ones that go to door to door? What's
Jehovah's Witnesses.
on a Saturday?
Right.
That's how DeMar dedicated his life to being trash. This dude is a bum. And I know T. Estelle. I know. I love you, T. I know you like, come on, man. I love you, T. I love you. I love you.
Talking shit.
Let's be real. Let's be real. If DeMar Hamlin did not die and come back to life, do
He
you
wouldn't
think
be
the
on the
Buffalo
team.
Bills would have kept this guy on the roster?
No, he would not be
not
on
at
this
all.
team. I agree with you on that.
And I'll be like, and I'm
agree with you on that.
gonna keep it 110% with you. Listen, I'm a Bills fan. I love my boys, but he didn't get robbed of the comeback player of the year.
He didn't.
Why?
He didn't.
Just because he died on the field and came back? Like, so what? I mean, I say so what. I don't mean it like that. But in the context of comeback player of the year and the definition of it,
Well, I will. Now, this is the one time I'm going to have DeMar's back. Because I literally don't think you can come back from anything worse than death. You know what I mean? Like, so I do think Joe Flacco had an amazing season.
Well,
to come back for what he did.
Yeah.
But DeMar Hamlin literally came back from death. And
Right,
John,
yeah.
he's saying like, wow, so positive. All love, John. I'm not being positive. I'm being honest with you. Like it's time out for being positive. I'm always positive. And then what happens is I'm so positive. I sit here and I praise McDermott for stuff when he really should be fired. Or I'm sitting here saying that DeMar is a starter when really you wouldn't want him on your practice squad had he not died on the field. What you have a connection to these guys because you feel something. It's like, oh man, DeMar, he died as a Bill. That's my dog.
Season, and this is his opportunity. So honestly, he could put all that talk away, put it to rest, or he can own it, and this is his exit to the Bills and NFL. So yeah, man, I'm not gonna let you completely obliterate DeMar Hamlin like that. He's still my dog.
He could be your dog. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. He gonna be
cooked.
benched by week 3. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. He's gonna be playing
starting.
special teams.
My words.
Well, he may. There's
words.
injuries. There's
I wish
injuries
him
right
the
now.
best.
Well, no. I wish him the best. I swear on everything. Me saying this stuff is not hating on a point where I don't wish him well. I want the dude to prove me wrong. I want him to prove me wrong. Like I would love for every single player on the Buffalo Bills roster to go in. I want Von Miller to go off. I want I want DeMar Hamlin. Matter of fact, I want DeMar Hamlin to ball out so hard that he actually wins most improved player or he does something like make the Pro Bowl. Do something dope. I'm not hating like that. I'm being honest. And when I say I watched the film and I watched the games, he get cooked. And what happened is for the last 4 years, I've been the positive guy. I've been the all love. Oh, I love everybody guy on Twitter. Make sure you show love. I've been that guy for 4 years. And guess what? Because I'm showing love to people that's actually been bums, I got cooked several times. And now my So now I'm at the point where I'm not about to let my reputation be the one that's put on hold because I'm sitting here saying that, no, I got love for DeMar. He's not that bad of a player, when really this dude is out here sucking dirt every single play. Like the dude gets, that's all I'm saying. So John, all love to you. All love to you, John.
We got to keep the honesty as football fans.
Well, listen, I'm glad you said the whole being positive thing, because like in my thought process on it, being positive has kept Sean McDermott at his job.
Facts.
Because if you ask me, he should have been fired after 13 seconds.
Right.
It's tough.
I agree.
It's not tough. You don't lose that game.
You don't lose that game, but it's the reason why I'm gonna say it's tough. The only reason why I'm gonna say it's tough is because when you at that point, I'm not talking about now. Like if you talk about it in the sense of where we are now, it's a different conversation. But at that point, when we lost that game, you have to factor in everything that was going on. There was a lot of things going on in that building. There was a lot of things going on.
Yeah, I mean, I hear that, but
no, go ahead. Listen, my bad.
So much.
My thing is,
you can't keep your eyes away from the actual prize type of thing.
You can't call a timeout and still get cooked after both plays.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at now.
That's what I'm saying. Like it,
or had Levi Wallace.
So then you got you. Okay, I give you the 13 seconds. You go into next year, high hopes. Yeah, we going in. We the Super Bowl favorites. But then you come up with a game plan that you did against Cincinnati in the playoffs.
Okay, nothing.
And then now this past year, you go to Kansas City.
The first Chiefs game against the Chiefs, we blew that game too.
Yeah, I don't care about the Chiefs game in the regular season anymore. Like it doesn't matter.
No. I'm talking about
the AFC Championship
game. Yeah.
I look at that one different because if you now I know like now hindsight, most people don't remember like the context of that game, but Cole Beasley had a fractured his part of his leg was fractured. John Brown wasn't playing. Stephon Diggs had an oblique injury. Coach McDermott. Now we're talking about Coach McDermott, right? About him making dumb decisions. Coach McDermott benched Devin Singletary for the entire first half after fumbling on the second drive. So it was a fumble. I get it, but he benched your starting running back for the entire first half. So what I'm saying is, people make mistakes. You're in the playoffs, man. This isn't your start. Devin was a rookie at that point. But this isn't your rookie in this week 2, and you're like, you're on punishment. Dog, this is the AFC fucking champ. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah, you good.
Okay. This is the AFC championship. You know what I'm saying? So, like, why are you punishing people like you in timeout for the first half?
Yeah, we need Devin. Like, come on. Yeah. But that's what that gets to my point. Like every year, you could point to something that McDermott did in the playoffs that you're like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? And then you go to this year's Chiefs game, the one year that the Chiefs are like literally they're there for you. You know what I'm saying? And then listen, I understand we were injured on defense and all that, but when you call a play like you did, that fake punt, come on, man. Like I can't even have sympathy. I can't even have the benefit of the doubt for you when you
go for it. Just like that. Give it to your best player, number 17.
But see, I get so mad because it's like with that play you're talking about, the special teams play. We talk about it, but it's like that's the reaction, man. And I'm big. Anybody in my personal life who knows me knows I'm big on reactions versus actions, right? So like the first action that McDermott went wrong was saying we're gonna still let Martin be active. I can pull up receipts from Twitter that day when I was like, why are we starting Martin?
Yeah, I agree.
Why the fuck are we starting Martin? And then in the game, so that was the first decision that was terrible.
Especially they brought in a punter that week too.
They signed a damn punter. They re-signed Matt Hack, right? Or was it Matt Hack?
Yeah, it was Hack. I think
they re-signed him. You re-sign him, and then you cut him before the game and say, no, we're going to go with Sam, and then we're going to let this dude just – come on. This is not – I said it on Hump Day tonight. That game was not the Patriots 2 years ago when you could go for a no-punt game. That's not that. You're not going no punt against Patrick Mahomes. And that last year, the Chiefs' defense was better than their offense.
Yes.
You're not going no punts. Why are you going active into the game with a punter who can't punt? And then you get in a position where you have to punt, you give it to DeMar Hamlin. Like
I mean, at that point, if you're going to go for it on 4th and 9, just keep
it to Josh.
Hands. Yeah,
keep the offense out there.
And let's
you don't get it. We would rather take that make Josh make a dumb decision or just can't make it. We can live with that than giving it to DeMar.
But like you said, like you said too, Jay, other things happen too in that specific game. Like there's a reason why Diggs ain't here anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He catches that pass and maybe the game goes a little different.
I think he would have been gone even if he caught that.
I was going to say that.
We could have won the Super Bowl and Diggs would be gone.
You think so?
I feel the same way. Yeah.
Now I'm hurt about it.
The bridge was already burnt.
I'm not. I was at first, but I'm not really too hurt about it. To be honest with you,
I'm okay with it. Yeah, it is what it is.
I'm hurt about it. It is what it is, but I'm hurt about it because I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna see a completely different offense this year. You're gonna see a team that has 3 to 4 guys with 600 to 800 yards versus having a star player. We have Josh Allen right now on offense. You have Josh Allen and
yards receivers.
I think
now.
Kincaid,
Don't get me wrong. I was about to say, don't get me wrong. Kincaid is gonna eat. Don't get me wrong. But when I'm talking about the wide receiver room. I'm sorry, John is just saying it will be Sam Martin again because Jack Browning was released. Again, Sean McDermott is making bad decisions.
Well, Sam Martin is a good punter.
He's a good directional punter, but he's not a good punter.
You don't need the best punter, though. That's
why we need a directional punter.
You just need exactly. A directional punter.
Nah, boys, we need a punter that can kick that ball in the wintertime when it matters.
Well, here's the thing. When you're talking about yes, we do. We need a punter which is why I'm still so mad about
why haven't we re-signed a punt guy? Yeah, like he didn't do anything.
I don't want him back. Well, no, he did. He still did something bad. Let's not glaze over just because the charges were gone and he still admitted to having sex with a minor and giving her a STD. It just the charge wasn't about her being a minor. The charge was about rape, and that wasn't the whole thing. I still don't respect dudes that sleep with underage girls. That's just me.
Okay, fair enough. I don't.
And I'm the dude again. I ain't on Buffalo Rumblers no more. I can talk my shit. I'm still the same dude that don't respect Von Miller. Because the shit that happened with Von Miller last offseason was not the first time. Well, no, but it's not the first time. This is several times. Yeah, so for me, there's a pattern of things where it shows that when it comes to you and this young lady in your life, she's going to call the police because you do some stupid shit. She's going to drop it. You're going to take her back. Y'all going to do something. Then next year, it's going to be the same shit. I'm tired of that. So where I'm at, I get that he's playing better in training camp now. I'm the guy. I'm real. When I come out and say I don't fuck with a dude, I don't fuck with a dude. So I hope that he plays well. We're paying this guy a ton. Well, no, he took a pay cut this year to bet on himself.
Right,
I respect that. I
really think he's the X factor for our defense this year because if we can get,
when your X factor is a 34-year-old defensive end, that's sad.
I still think we're going to be a really good defense though. Like my thing is, if we get Von Miller at 85, 90%, we're going to have a great defense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried about the defense.
Think about it.
I know we gonna dive around everything and we're gonna get lost in conversations.
Hold on. Let me just say this real quick.
I gotta get some more liquor. How long are we going? I gotta get some more liquor.
Let me just say this real quick. We did have a top 5 defense with all the injuries last year.
Oh, absolutely.
With all the injuries.
You're right. You are right. But let me say this. We had a top 5 defense with guys that were consistent in this defense with the injuries. Now we have literally a turnover on this roster that we haven't seen since Sean McDermott came. So this is a completely new, so for me, part of the reason why I've been unplugged, this is something that when you just said that, it made me realize it. Part of the reason why I haven't been plugged in the way I have been is because all the guys I know on the team are somewhere else. Yeah. Like me and Jordan, I still talk to Jordan often. He's in Miami. You know what I'm saying? So he's texting me, yo, I picked Tua off today. We talking shit about Tua still. Miami think y'all got him. Jordan's still a Buffalo Bill. I'm just letting y'all know. He picked Tua off in practice. I hear him. I hear from Trey. I hear from certain people. I hear from Tremaine. I hear from certain people. But when you're talking about Buffalo Bills, the guys I was plugged in with are on different squads. So it's difficult for me to have the same type of love because the consistency is brand new. The wide receiver room, there's one wide receiver from last season who's going to start this year, and that's Khalil Shakir. Everybody else, Diggs is gone, Gabe is gone. It's a completely different roster, bro.
But doesn't that make it a little exciting? Because think about it. The last 3 years we've been going into the season like, yeah, we're going to win the bowl this year. We're going to win the bowl this year. Mm-hmm. And then it's just.
No, I didn't say that, but yeah.
I said it. I ain't going to lie. Especially after the 13-second season. I thought we was winning the bowl the next year. But
now, in real life, we should have. Yeah,
I mean, but like this year, like you said, I get it. You scared, but like, man, we don't know. So it's like we're going on a different ride this year.
Hold on, let me reel it back because Joey talking about Josh ain't going nowhere. I mean, I get it, but Josh ain't going nowhere.
They're about to rip Josh's contract up and don't redo the whole thing. They were talking
gonna have to. Yeah, they're gonna have to because right now the way he's getting paid and his performance, I mean, look, the top 5 quarterbacks ain't. I mean, nobody in the top 10 is better.
Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott will be fired first before they trade Josh Allen.
Right.
I would tell you this. I will be the president of the United States before Josh Allen does not get extended in Buffalo for another contract. Like I dead ass will be the president of the United States.
I'll tell you what, I might not be able to watch the team again if they traded him.
Yeah.
Don't even think about it. I'm gonna be honest.
We off the rails, man. We here to talk training camp, and I feel like we talking about everything but that. Man,
let's talk training camp, but I'm just saying, like, I'm so sure that Josh is gonna be here for the next 10 years. I don't want everybody to don't even I hear you, Joey, and I understand why that will come up for you. But what I'm telling you is Josh is Buffalo, and we saw that more this year than any year before. Because you shipped out Stephon Diggs and took on the largest dead cap. You took on the largest dead cap hit in history.
31? Yeah.
Josh Allen is going no place. That boy is in Buffalo, New York for the rest of his days.
Yeah, because if Josh wanted Diggs to stay, Diggs would still be.
He would have made it happen.
It's Josh's team. I get it,
and I'm completely okay with it.
He said that I'm personally involved, so I may have a bitter taste in my mouth. Can you elaborate, or just kind of go into what you mean by bitter? Where am I bitter? I just want to know because I want to answer you straight up. But yeah, training camp.
Yeah, training camp, man. Boys off the rails. We lit.
I love it. Football season, baby.
About the team. But yeah, let's talk about our dog, Keon Coleman. He looking great. Number 0, man. He's making phenomenal catches. My biggest question to you guys is, do you think he's going to be NFL ready come the start of the season pretty much? Before I start get to rambling, do you think he's going to be NFL ready, or do you think this is just all the glitz and glamour? He just looks good. He's a great person to play catch with. Or do you think he'll be able to perform the way we need him to do in the start of the season?
Honestly, man. Honestly, for me, if you can get 50 to 60 grabs and 700 to 800 yards out of Keon, that's what you kind of need. You don't want. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not expecting 80 catches and 1,000 yards and all that. Like, I'm just like. For me, a perfect season is like you said earlier. We're gonna have a bunch of receivers with 600, 700, 800 yards, and I want to see how Josh reacts without having that. Oh, I gotta throw it to 14. I gotta throw it to 14.
I hope it's a benefit.
And two, boys, we gotta remember this is a season where if we can't cut it without a number 1, we're gonna have plenty of cap space to go make that happen next year. So this is a trial year, and we're still going to be good enough to get it done and get to the playoffs. I mean, in my opinion.
No, I agree with you. I think we're still. I don't know if this year I'm going into the season saying that I'm super confident that we're going to win the division. I do think that we're going to make the playoffs. No, what I will say is the division is the Bills until they lose it. Right. So what I'm saying is going into this season, I'm not going in saying, yo, we definitely going to dominate. What I'm saying is right now it's ours until we lose it. I don't know if I'm going in saying I'm not going to talk mad shit to the Dolphins fans like I did the last 3-4 years, but because I'm honest, I'm a football fan, so I recognize the squad they putting together, man. Miami, I don't think they're better than us, but so I mean they lost some players, but they signed some players. You figure their wide receiver 4 is Odell Beckham Jr. Like their wide receiver 4.
That's the only thing, yeah.
Wait, who's your third? Who's the third?
That rookie they got this rookie that they just signed that was actually a beast. Like he runs like a 4.3. Like it's something. Like, all I'm saying.
I don't know his name, but yeah, I remember when the draft got picked. I was mad that the Dolphins signed him because he's gonna be nice.
Because he was nice. So what I'm saying is like I'm just at this place where I'm like the Bills are
4-5 type runner.
It's something crazy. Like he is another fast receiver. Him,
he got 6 4 runners on their team.
It's crazy. So that part about it, that's where I'm at when I come to going into the season with it. But look, I just think overall, when you look at the direction that the team is going, and I think that this is one of the years where if we have a down year, if I was still on the side of like really trying to elevate McDermott's, if I was really trying to support McDermott, I would say this is a year we shouldn't judge him on because a lot of changes happened this year, and you got to give rookies time to develop. So I would say that, but where I'm at is like, no, we're gonna judge him. That's where I'm at.
I'm on the devil's advocate with you on that.
That's what I'm a judge.
He doesn't have it. You've been here. You've had the teams good enough to go get it done, and you haven't got it done. I understand what you're saying, but like, man,
so does he get a pass this year? Because
no, if we don't make the playoffs this year,
does he get another pass? Because this is a young team, it's a retooling year. Like Tia Snow just say, does he get another pass? We all know Terry Pegula loves McDermott, and he brought this team up from the grave. But as we all have been saying, I mean, he's taken us as far as he can take us. So
it also all depends too who is available at the end.
And that's the next question. Nobody's available. I wanted John Harbaugh, but he went to the Chargers. So I don't know anybody else.
I didn't want John Harbaugh. You wanted John Harbaugh, really?
I mean, that was the best candidate. That was the best candidate. Anybody else? Unless you want to talk about
when I look at coaches,
unless you want to swallow that pill,
I would take Bill Belichick in a heartbeat. You give Bill Belichick an elite quarterback, and guess what he does? 6 Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? Like, you give me Bill Belichick with Josh Allen and the defense we have, you get that to me. But no, it's all good. He'll be back. My bro gonna be back. But no, you give me Bill Belichick with Josh Allen. Yes, I take it. Now, what?
You back? What's going on?
You fucking shit up.
I don't know what happened, bro. Y'all just froze up on me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, folks. I don't know. Just kicked you and then kicked everybody else. But we gonna get this thing working. Jay Spence, where you at? I know you're still with us. My man was about to start going in.
Damn, my bad, y'all.
Tell you, this new system weird. We still trying to get used to it. Couple more shows, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Stay tuned. There we go.
We got him.
Show on screen. Boom.
I'm back.
Oh, there we go. I don't know what the hell just happened.
It's all good. Before I jump back to the because I was about to go in. Before I do, C said she's with me. She was heard about Trey White, and she thinks that I'm maybe a little bitter about certain guys leaving. I will respectfully say I don't think that that's it, because my issue with the Buffalo Bills happened before the offseason hit. So I actually got sick of the Buffalo Bills like around like week. It was like what week was it that we played Denver?
Yeah, I remember that game. That was like week 9 or 10.
It was around there when I was fed up with the Buffalo Bills. That was where I was like, do I even want to finish code of conduct this season? Do I even want to keep, like, honestly, because it's like I'm gonna waste my time putting content together, writing articles, spending my time, my money to fly from Phoenix to Buffalo, from Buffalo to Miami to LA, and all these places. I'm spending money doing all this stuff for the Buffalo Bills, and you're gonna lose to the motherfucking Denver Broncos after they just gave up 70 points to Miami 2 weeks ago, and you gonna lose to them? Like, so I like where I'm at, T, and I love you, T. Where I'm at, T, is that I look at the team, they're in this they're in this place where they're sitting in the middle of like greatness and bullshit, and they don't know if they want to be full of shit or great. And my thing is, I've been kicking people out of my life that's full of shit, and that's just on real. So this team ain't no different. I will gladly just like stop spending my money on the Buffalo Bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll watch them on TV, but I'll stop traveling. And these PSLs that's about to kick with the new stadium, I love this team.
Talk to he going through it right now.
Yo, listen, they haven't even told us how. They haven't even told me how much mine's gonna be, because I got season tickets. So
the fucking Broncos, man, you gonna lose to the
Bro,
Broncos.
Listen, everything you just said.
There's multiple teams throughout the year. We had no business going 500 the way we were. We're going 10% of winning division and going to the playoffs. We had no business being in that spot, no matter what.
You remember the Giants game?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got
that
saved.
Was kind of around the way where I was like kind of like starting to be like, hold on. Like everything you said.
I get where you're coming from, because when you believe this team and it's your lifestyle, and they take control of your life, your pockets, everything, and they constantly disappoint you in the same fashion, and they make no changes, and now the way the team is going in the future, you don't have a lot of confidence in the team. We 100% understand, but we all gonna be cheering for them week one. But how long is we gonna go for this ride until you guys make the necessary changes? That's why another question: how long do we go with McDermott? Even with Josh Allen, I know Josh Allen isn't going anywhere, but how long do you need to go buddy with everybody and start being a grown ass man and start getting on these other grown men to do their job? High school is over, college is over, being a frat boy is over, being a farm boy is over. You a grown ass fucking man. You leader, commander of fucking Buffalo. You own this city. You own this city. You got an army behind you, and you still want to be childish kids. You want to spend more time golfing on the off season.
Hold on.
No. Let him cook. No, let him cook. Wait a minute. Let him cook.
You need your time away from football because it's devastating. But at the same time, I feel like you love golf more than you love football at this point. I need you to get this shit together, Josh, because at the end of the day, it does fall on you. You gonna be here for the next 10 years. McDermott gonna be gone eventually. Bean gonna be gone eventually. This is gonna be on Josh. And when you gonna be a grown man and get on these grown men and stop with the buddy bullshit and get on their ass, man. It's okay for people to not like you, to not be your best friend. I mean, but shit, would you rather be a leader of? You want to be feared or respected? You could lose respect, but somebody not gonna fear you if you're still a dog. So I mean, that my rant over. I just had to go off real quick because
I agree with everything you just said, except for the golf take, bro. Just because you see him on TV golfing, don't mean he ain't putting in the work. We don't see the work they put in the off season.
He doesn't work out in the off season.
That's not true, because if he didn't work out in the off season, he wouldn't have made the leap that he made.
What I will say is this: like, I support you cooking. What I will say is, you just burnt the shit out of that steak. You overcooked it, okay? Because Josh Allen is elite, bro. He's the second best quarterback in the league. You got to relax. I love you. He's the second best quarterback in the league. Like Mahomes I get it. Mahomes is in a different stratosphere. But then it's Josh.
Mahomes doesn't have to bear all that weight because Mahomes has Kelsey. Mahomes has Andy Reid.
But bro, last year Kelsey had the worst year of his career. Right? Like, go and look at his stats. No, go look at his stats.
Nah, you're right.
He won the Super Bowl, but it wasn't because of Kelsey. That's what I'm saying.
It was a big part
Patrick
of it,
Mahomes.
They won because of that defense.
They won because of that defense, bro. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes benefited. It was a classic early Tom Brady season. When Tom Brady wasn't Tom Brady, but Belichick had the best defense in the league. That's what last year was.
That makes me more mad about the loss, though, because we still should have won that game, regardless of the Chiefs. I mean,
I hear you,
and I just want to get back to the point you made earlier about losing touch, or not losing touch, but like kind of like, man, why am I even doing this? Because I told you this at the end of the year, I was ready to unplug. And then when he was ready to start back up, I'm like, why?
He like, no.
What are we gonna do this for? Like, and that's just what I was thinking. Like, why? We gonna get ourselves all hyped up so they can go through the season and do the same shit they do every year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to reiterate on one thing though. Mahomes, he's dope. Like, that dude is like that. But last season, but last season he didn't have the team that he's used to having. So I just want you to understand, like, what the Chiefs did last year was they were a good team and they made it happen. It was amazing. But Josh Allen and these Buffalo Bills, they've had season after season after season after season of teams where they've had top 5, top 7, top 3 offenses to go with a top 5, top 2, top 3 defense. So when you have a combined top 5 offense and defense, and you don't win, I question your coach.
Well, that's why I tell people all the time when we talk about Pat and Josh. For me, in my opinion, Josh can do everything Pat can do. Pat can't do everything Josh can do.
Yeah, absolutely.
The difference between Josh and Pat is Andy Reid.
Can I respectfully say something without sounding like I'm dissing my quarterback? No, because I love my quarterback. Like, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say I don't think that I can love a man that I don't like really know more than I love Josh Allen. So I mean, like, I'm not hating him, okay? Like, but
Did you see the
decision making.
Barstool?
But wait, just hear me. Decision making. Patrick Mahomes is, and I know, like you got stats where they talk about like referees called back interceptions, and you got stats. Like, I get it. Patrick Mahomes' decision making, is here, and Josh Allen decision making. No, his IQ is there. His IQ is through the roof too. It's his decision making in certain moments. Josh Allen, he wants to be Iron Man, right? Like he wants to be Superman. But the decision needs to be, oh, when I start to do like this, 4 dudes from over here come, oh, guess what, Kincaid? You know what I mean? Like that's the decision that needs to be made instead of, oh, let me down the field.
Run through these boys.
We don't need that. His decision is the problem. Hefe, my man, shout out to my fam. Cam Newton. It's Cam Newton 2.0, except Josh is way better than Cam. And I love Cam. Cam's my dog. But you know what I mean? Like, but it's the same thing. You got these quarterbacks like Cam, like Josh, who have like these elite just attributes and traits. When they get in these moments, they think that they can just out athletic everybody. And it's like you can't bro, you in the NFL.
I get what you're saying, but I guess I would argue too. I would argue the fact that Andy Reid puts Patrick Mahomes in better situations to make those better decisions.
Yep.
I mean, Andy Reid is a better coach than Sean McDermott.
I would rock with that. No,
like
the reason
Pat doesn't have to put the Chiefs
everything on the line. Yeah, it's not all on.
Josh has to play Superman ball sometimes.
Yeah,
and it's not because
you put him in that situation. That's why. And I feel like that's the playbook in the offensive coordinator.
That's what I'm saying.
I really feel like the playbook is not really designed to get people open to help Josh. It's pretty much like, oh,
wait,
I'm gonna give Brady a shot though.
Will hit you eventually. Type of thing. Josh, like,
here's the thing. Now, I've been saying this now for 3 seasons. 3 seasons. I don't have a beef with the playbook. I didn't have a beef with the playbook with Dayball. I didn't have it with Dorsey, and I don't have it now with Brady. I think Brady is going. I think y'all gonna be happy this season.
I do
too.
Be
a fun team to watch.
I do too.
I mean, he's gonna be the future Bills coach.
Come on.
I don't know about that, but I mean,
but listen, it's gonna be fun to watch. It's gonna be fun to watch. But what I'm saying is, when y'all look at it, every year they end up handcuffing Josh Allen in some way. Whether it's last season, we don't want you to run for the first half of the season, or whether it's the season before that, we don't want you to throw downfield anymore. I don't know if y'all remember where Josh kind of got. Then it was the season before that where it was like, no, we just want you to run these specific type of plays.
The Green Bay game that year you're talking about. The Green Bay game is when
the Green Bay game is literally.
Yep.
Yes.
That's when everything switched. Yeah. That's when they started handcuffing him. Right. But that goes back to coaching too, though. That's my point. It's
coaching.
Like, let me ask you this question.
I ain't got no beef with Josh.
Let me ask you this question. If you switch McDermott and Andy Reid, how many rings do the Bills have?
Oh, yeah. Same.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
At least the same amount.
Let me listen. Now this is my bias coming through because now so I have to kind of woos on my shit, right? Like I got to pause. I got to woos on my shit. But like I think the Bills had a top 3 roster for the last 4 years. I really do.
Absolutely.
I think last year the Chiefs' overall roster was not a top 10. I think their defense was a top 10 roster. I think offensively they lacked in a lot of areas. You know what I mean? So I think they were a middle of the pack team. I think the Bills had better teams on paper than the Chiefs, like 3 out of the 4 years. But guess who's winning Super Bowls?
The only year you could say they had a better team was us that 2020 year when we played them in the AFC Championship.
I personally think we had a better team, but we were injured.
We weren't ready though. I don't think that year we.
I think we was injured. No, that's the only year that I give McDermott. So? Besides Devin, besides that thing with Devin, we were injured. I'm gonna run it back one more time. Diggs had an oblique tear. Diggs had an oblique tear. You had Beasley had a fractured leg. Lower leg. He had a fractured. Then you had Brown didn't even play, right? Or
sure
was like a sprain. I don't even remember now. But what I'm saying is those were the. Josh had a shoulder and he played through it. So what I'm saying is when you look at that game and you talk about Diggs was injured, Beasley was injured, and then I think wasn't Knox injured too? That was the year that Knox. Yeah. I don't know. Knox is always injured. At least that's how I see it.
I'm pretty sure.
We can say that about this past year too, though, with all the defensive injuries. If Bernard doesn't go down in that Pittsburgh game, I mean, what are we talking about?
Jay Klein was on his way to fucking vacation.
Jay Klein was on his way to Cancun.
That's fucking tight end in the league. Like, come on, and that's another thing. I would have rather put a Dane Jackson or a Cam Lewis, a DB that could keep up with him, than putting AJ Klein against.
I'm telling y'all, I was in the stadium for that game. I was in the stadium for that game, for that Kansas City game this past year in the playoffs, and in that first half, Travis Kelce was running open on every damn play.
Right.
And like the whole stadium, at least in my section, we're all just wondering, like, yo, you know where where the ball is going. How is he still that wide open? Coaching.
Like, there you go. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, yo, Jay Spence, I'm gonna let you finish your little joint, but let's reel it back into the training camp.
You good? Yeah. Training camp. Let's go,
man. Because I know we got some shit to get off, and good though. Let me just get through these quick injuries with our training camp this past week. We all know Mike Edwards. We got two Mike Edwards, offensive lineman and the safety. One of them, the O lineman, out for concussion protocol. Safety out week to week with a hamstring. So that's as we was talking about earlier, where we having our little debate when who's really going to be starting. Are we going to get the rookie in, DeMar? We're going to see. I know we picked up two other guys with a Terrell Burgess and the Kareem Jackson. 36
I'm okay with Kareem Jackson.
That's what I'm saying. So we're going to see. Jay Spence, I don't know what you say. You think we are making that phone call to Micah Hyde yet? Or
I hope. I mean, well, first let me say I hope that Micah is well. You know what I mean? Like I hope that he's healthy, and I hope that he's well. If he's well and if he's healthy and if he has the desire to play, we need to be calling Micah. Like I'm just injuries or not, even without the injuries, even if Micah's not the full-time starter where he's playing all season and he's getting 80% of the defensive snaps. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I need to see a certain level of veteran presence in that secondary, because that secondary to me has guys that's consistently gotten cooked as Buffalo Bills. Tyler Rapp, I like Tyler Rapp when he was with.
He's a run safety.
Yeah,
he's a run safety, and he's gotten cooked.
Yeah.
So when I watch him, it's like it's not me saying that I think he's bad. I like the dude. In coverage, he gets cooked.
I think he was better for that. Remember, you know how we were playing that 3 safety look? He was more better for that because he could play the spot where he can play the run. And you had Boyer and Hyde back there.
And that's what it was. But what ended up happening is you had injuries, and then you had like all these different things happen to where, you know, even with Trey White going down, it impacted the secondary a ton. So like all of those things, it changed what. So again, I understand that Coach McDermott has to make decisions on the fly, but guess what? Andy Reid does every year that he won the Super Bowl. I guarantee you can find players on the injury report.
Well, listen, I guarantee you too. The same conversations we're having right now, they were having the same thing 2 years ago when they traded Tyreek Hill in Kansas City. I guarantee they were having the same conversations.
You know what though? They didn't take the cap hit that we took for. So earlier when T was like, "Are you bitter because of that?" It's not even that I'm saying we need Diggs here because we need Diggs here. I feel like the team is going to be better on offense, even if it's just this much, because they're freer, they're lighter. It's not the drama in the locker room or on social. People don't have to walk around there's been some real drama that's happened behind the scenes that people don't quite know about in public. Where it's like I mean, what I'm saying is I think the team going to be better just because of that. But I'm talking about from a financial standpoint, from a GM running a team standpoint, from a coaching standpoint. This year, the Buffalo Bills wide receiver room does not have a real legitimate, clear-cut wide receiver one. I know some people want to say Keon already is. Okay, he's not. I'm going to tell you right now.
I got to see it first.
I'm going to tell you right now.
He's NFL ready yet.
No, I'm not even – I think he's good. He's NFL ready.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is he's not who he's going to be. He's really good. He's not who he's going to be. So what I'm saying is he's going up against Sauce twice a year that's played now 2 years in the NFL. And he's right now considered one of the best shutdown corners in our division. it's not gonna be a cakewalk coming into this first season for him.
Right.
What I'm telling you is it's gonna be Keon's gonna get 700, 800. It's gonna be a nice year for him. I'm looking at Curtis Samuel.
Me too.
He's always had that it factor, but he hasn't had the quarterback. Now, he got an offense that believes in him. Joe Brady believes in this guy.
His best year was under Joe Brady.
Yep.
Exactly. So what I'm saying, you got it. Together, put that together. Let's rock. But
they're going to use him as a.
My thing is with Samuel, he's got to stay healthy. He's got to stay healthy. He's always hurt.
I want the Buffalo Bills to get back to remember like 3 years ago, everybody was coming to Buffalo because it was the best training staff and we kept players healthiest, and people bragged about that. The last couple of years, you ain't heard shit about that. I want to get back to that. Yeah, I want to get back to that.
I kind of feel like we were lucky the first couple of years without the injuries that we're just getting our fair share. Every team gets their fair share.
Yeah.
Right.
But it is like you said. I honestly think the offense is going to be like Curtis Samuel if he can stay healthy. Joe Brady's going to use James Cook another year. James Cook, like,
and they're going to have
I'm with you
in the backfield as well. They're already looking to make him partial Deebo Samuel-esque type of player.
I think Micah Hyde.
Don't be shy when you see him in the backfield with James Cook doing some trick plays.
I think Micah Hyde is that glass break option.
Yeah.
Hit the glass.
I agree with Carl.
Somebody in the chat that just said that too.
Yeah, I agree with Carl. That's a good comment there. So I agree. And I personally think week 1 we'll see Micah Hyde active in the Buffalo Bills uniform.
You think
I don't think we'll see him active right now. So what I'm saying is I agree with Carl. I don't know about the playoffs. I think Micah Hyde doesn't want to be doing this part of this. I think Micah Hyde will be back for the season. And I think that I don't think he'll be an every play type of guy. But I think he's going to be on that team. He's going to be a leader in that secondary because we need it.
Guy that the guys can go to a vet. Like, hey, you've seen this before. You know the defense. Like, what are you seeing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear you on that. I definitely.
But then back to Camp, what Hefe's saying and what we were just talking about with Keon and receivers. So, like I'm saying, I agree with both of you. I think definitely that it should be, and it's going to be Samuel if they use him properly and he's healthy. But then I'll tell you what, I think this is the year that the Buffalo Bills are really expecting to see something out of Khalil, right? Like, and we all talk about it. Everybody talks about it, but I think it's one of those things where it's actually like a real thing. They're really looking to see him take a step forward to go from getting 60 to 65 receptions to 85 to, you know what I mean? Like they're expecting him to really make himself one of those players. So it's gonna be a year.
Now, my biggest question to you, since you mentioned that. Will he become the next Gabe Davis? Because we all know what happened with Gabe Davis. First year, he blew up, but that's because he was behind a fire offense where nobody knew Gabe Davis. He was getting checked by the 3rd or 4th string cornerback or linebacker. So that's why I felt like Gabe Davis really blew up. And then when he became receiver 2, he was a shell of himself and couldn't perform to the way he did. Will that be Khalil Shakir? He was able to flourish and really rise up when nobody really knew him last year.
But there's a big difference.
Spotlights on him, and he's kind of being the slot receiver. Will he outperform him, or will he become the next Gabe Davis?
But there's a big difference with that because we were all prisoner of that 4 touchdown game in the 13-second game. We were all. I'm not. Okay, I wasn't. I didn't. I'm just saying from our show, it was a lot of people that were prisoner of the moment. Oh, look, he went and got 4 touchdowns and 200 yards, and that's because Kansas City was triple teaming Diggs that game.
Right.
Like Gabe was always Gabe. He wasn't going to be nothing more or nothing less.
Well, but let me give Gabe his true
and
props.
Shakir's a different player though. He's a different kind of player.
Because last season, if y'all listen to Code of Conduct, I went hard on Gabe. Like I went hard on Gabe. So let me give Gabe his props for a quick second. The Kansas City game you're talking about, you're right. They did triple They bracketed. They did a lot of different things for Diggs that really freed up Davis. But Davis showed up big time in moments that a lot of players would have dropped passes. So I want to give him some credit. I want to say that he's
also
a big player.
He passes in a lot of moments too, though.
He's dropped a ton of passes in a lot of moments. But then he has also had other big games, like the Pittsburgh. Even though Pittsburgh wasn't a good team at that point, like the big game that he had against Pittsburgh. Yeah, like 2 touchdowns, 100 something. Yeah. So he has big games. But the thing that I always was consistent about with Gabe, I need a consistent wide receiver 2 play.
Yes.
What he would give you is sporadic wide receiver 1 play.
I mean, hell, there were games he didn't get no targets.
So that's what I'm saying. Like so for the year, you have 5 games where you have 150 yards. So you average for the year a certain number. But then you have a certain amount of games where you have 0 yards with 0 targets, or 0 yards with 3 targets, or you have 4 drop passes in 2 weeks. I'm tired. So I'm hoping your question was, is Khalil going to be the next Gabe? I'm hoping not. And the reason why I'm hoping not is because they're completely different players, and I'm hoping that what I see from Khalil is consistent and true. What I see from Khalil is that he has a good understanding of the route tree. He can run the route tree. He's good in the slot. He can beat guys and create space. He can do a lot of things that Gabe could not do. Gabe Davis is a field stretcher, and a lot of times if he doesn't create just the right amount of space that he needs, he's not going to make the play that needs to be made. But Gabe makes big plays. Don't get me wrong. He's big play Gabe, or whatever they call him. I hope they enjoy him in Jacksonville. I am so happy he's not a Buffalo Bill. But Khalil is a better receiver all around than Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis is a big play player. Khalil Shakir is a better overall wide receiver. So I think we're gonna see a player that went from. I'll tell you why I think this first before I say that. You look at his catch percentage. That lets you know he don't drop passes, man. Gabe Davis, look at his catch percentage. He drops. Now, last season, he cleaned it up towards the end. He had a very, very impressive second half. I want to respect him. I'm not going to sit here and really come out here and just clown people. He played well for the second half of the season, better than Diggs. He played better than Diggs for the second half of the season. The problem is, again, consistently, front to back, week 1 to week 18, what are we doing? I need to see you doing this weekly. If you don't give me 150 yards every week, I'm okay with that. As long as you give me if my wide receiver 2 gives me 4 to 6 receptions a week, few first downs,
80,
you know what I'm saying? Like
80 yards a week.
You keep the offense moving. I don't need you to be Diggs, because that's what Diggs was for. I don't need you to be Kincaid, because that's what Kincaid is for. Yo, just do your job. He didn't do his job on a consistent basis. I know if I go to work, everybody got to do their job. I'm just saying, if I go to work and I don't do my job, I'm getting fired.
Speaking of Diggs, I just want to ask a quick question for y'all.
Yeah.
What week do you think he starts becoming a problem in Houston when he realizes he's the third option?
He will not become a problem in Houston.
You don't think so?
Stephon Diggs will not become a problem. He has a 1-year contract. Stephon Diggs is looking to get another at least 3-year contract, where it's like a 2-year deal with like that 3rd-year option or whatever that they go, like maybe not an option. That sounds like NBA talk, but like that 3rd year where the team decides like how the cap hits. Yeah. He's looking for another 2-year deal. He's going to be the best version of. This is when Stephon Diggs just got to Houston. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is when you first meet the girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is when you first kicking it. Yeah. This is the best version of her. She gonna give you lunch. You know what I'm saying? She gonna hold you down. You'll shoulder her. She gonna give you a massage. Right. This is Diggs right now with Houston. We had Diggs after like 5 years of marriage, when it's like, baby, can you get my? And she's like, you don't go get that motherfucking. You go get that gun. That's where Diggs was with Buffalo. Where Houston is with Diggs right now, they on this love fest. He's in love with CJ Stroud. It's a bunch of he's not going to be a problem at all this year. It's a 1-year deal. He's going to be the best version of him. He might have. I still think he's going to have numbers that will be better than every receiver.
I say Gabe Davis is going to have a better year than him. I say Gabe Davis is going to have a better year than Stephon Diggs.
I think you bugging.
I'm bugging. We're going to see.
I think Gabe Davis just went to a quarterback that's not as good as Josh Allen. So I think he's going to have not as good as a season as he had, because his number 1 receiver option down there is not as good as Stephon Diggs. So I think, like, when people look at, and I know it's a different offense, but I just think, like, it's not Madden. and I hate to say that because it sounds so condescending when like
Diggs
us as
also has
content
a better
creators say that to
quarterback
people.
than Houston.
But it's like it's not just like you play with a different team and it's like you can pick your offense still, and then it's like, all right, I'm gonna just dig it to Davis and he's gonna be a number one down here. Gabe is Gabe. In real life, Gabe is Gabe. That's why like averages, when you look at the course of players' careers, you know, there's anomalies where like you have guys that Diggs is an anomaly. When he was in, you know, when he was with the Vikings and he came to Buffalo, his numbers got better.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So like the averages actually matter. I think Gabe is Gabe. He's shown us who he is. He was who he was in college. He like, you know, Diggs was Diggs in college.
Right.
He went to a college that didn't quite play certain talent, so he got drafted where he got drafted, and then the NFL was a different level. So then he developed and he became Diggs again. So you saw that Davis has shown us consistently that he's just Davis, and that's okay.
Also, for me, Davis went to go play with Trevor Lawrence, where Diggs went to go play with CJ Stroud, and CJ Stroud to me is better than Trevor Lawrence.
Nice, man. Yeah, Stroud is nice.
Stroud
I tell you, can do a lot worse than Stroud.
I'm Ohio State fan. I did not see this from him when he was with us.
I tell you what, if he didn't get injured last year, he would have won MVP.
The one game that
he didn't get injured.
The one game that he played for us, like he's been playing in Houston, was the Georgia game that we lost, that we shouldn't have lost. And that was the first time where I'm like, damn, CJ might be a good NFL quarterback.
It ain't no might. That bruh's here.
No, I'm talking about at the time before he got drafted. Because Ohio State
I got you.
Ohio State quarterbacks don't normally, you know, pan out in the NFL.
Well, he panned it out, and I'll tell you what, he here, and it's gonna be a tough time for that division.
I love CJ.
Tough time for that division, man. I'm excited to see the Colts and Texans go at it for like the next 5-6 years. I'm excited.
Yeah,
Anthony Richardson's good. If y'all got y'all fantasy drafts coming up and you get Anthony Richardson, you got a good one. I'm gonna just tell you, he might not be good in real life. Like that, when I say that, I don't want that came out wrong. He's a good quarterback. The team might not perform well in real life.
Right.
Fantasy wise, if you got him, you gonna do all right.
I got a couple of drafts coming up where he's on my radar. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So but man, we gonna move along. We already going over that hour mark, so let's just wrap up this training camp talk real quick. I do want to talk about our camp standout. We got 12 shavers. Everybody raving about him. Everybody talking about. We got Deion Dawkins saying that he's busting his ass. He's doing what he needs to do. How do you guys feel really needs to step up in this receiver room? I know Mac Hollins has also stepped up as a real leader and a player coming into receiver room. Who would you want to step up or stand out in this training camp and receiver room with Jay Spence?
For me in the receiver room, I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm actually enjoying the fact that I feel like nobody is making it. Like I know people are excited about Keon, so like there's some tweets from like all the beat reporters and all that. But outside of that, like it's like I feel like there's like nobody like outside of what you just mentioned, right? Like we got it's like, oh man, we got this young guy, second year player. He's showing us something. Outside of everybody kind of loving on this one guy, I feel like it's just a camp where it's kind of quiet. I feel like right now in the mainstream media, you're not hearing a lot of Buffalo Bills talk. You're not hearing a lot of receiver running back. Like it's just like the Buffalo Bills this season we're the team that might fly under the radar, and that's what I want.
I love it.
I didn't answer your question, but that's because like I don't want to have one of those guys. Like I really want this team to be a Josh Allen MVP. I gotta take what the defense gives me and spread it around to everybody here. That's what I want. Yeah.
For me, it's not even in the wide receiver room, technically. For me, the key for us is, can we use Kincaid the way we need to use him? Because if Kincaid is eating, everything else is going to open up for everybody else. Okay. And like we were talking about earlier, Curtis Samuel, he's another key. Because if he can stay healthy, Joe Brady already proved that he knows how to use him. They're going to line him up at running back. They're going to line him up all over the field. So, I mean, I guess if you got to ask me about wide receivers, I'm excited to see what Curtis Samuel can do in this offense. But for me, Kincaid is the key, man. Kincaid is the key, because if we can get 70 to 80 catches and 1,000 yards from Kincaid, then everything else kind of falls in place for me.
Exactly. Everybody else can fall in place where, if you do treat Kincaid as your receiver one, even though he's a tight end, I mean, you really don't need. I mean, you really don't even need a number one receiver or reception player. Josh Allen always played the field. Whoever's open, he's going to feed you. Whether it comes to Reggie Gilliams comes on the field or backup tight end with Quentin Morris, if you're open, he's going to give you the ball. So we never worried about that. So definitely a good year where he's not really worried like, I got to feed Diggs or he's going to be upset with me type of thing. So hopefully everybody else can get their fair share and eat.
And I also think too, like we were talking about earlier, just that heaviness in the locker room, the tension that was in there. Right. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You know, you hear stuff here and there, but it just seems like there's a lot less tension at training camp this year than there have been in past seasons. So
Diggs is gone, man.
Yeah, I wish I could know what really went down with him and Josh. For them two to be as close as they were, and for that to fall apart the way it did.
Josh probably fucked his bitch. I don't know.
No. You know what I'm saying? Like when we get off of this, we'll talk.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jay, when we
anyways, man, we already in overtime, man. Any final thoughts from you, Jay Spence? I know we talked about a lot, so man, final thoughts on anything with the Bills.
Well, final thoughts for me is look forward to. Like depending on what type of offense you like, what type of NFL football you like to watch, look forward to seeing the Buffalo Bills look a lot like the San Francisco 49ers this season. I know that's not what Joe Brady did, but I'm telling you, look forward to seeing that. They're going to have – I'm not saying – again, I said this on Hump Day. Curtis Samuel is not going to give you Deebo Samuel numbers. So I'm not saying that. But he could, but I'm not saying that. But they're going to use him in a similar fashion. Yes. Get ready to see Keon get used in a way where he gets put in one-on-one positions in the red zone to win, or on third and short opportunities to get first down receptions and continue drives. Look forward to seeing James Cook take another step forward and become a top 3 running back in this league, because they're going to use him as a receiver, and he's really going to be like the number one. I know we got Davis now. I know he's going to be the number 1 running back option. Josh Allen's running stats may decrease, but it's going to be for the better. And I'm excited, man. It's going to be a fun year.
Yeah. If there was any a year Josh could win the MVP, it's going to be this year. Because I'm telling you right now, boys, if we go 12-5 and we win the division and we're a top seed going into the playoffs, it's going to be because of Josh.
You see 12-5? You think we're that good?
Yeah, I do.
I hope. I don't think our defense is that good.
I'm anywhere in between 12-5 and 10-7.
Yeah,
I'm right in that area.
I'm at 10-7. That's where I'm at. I'm at a 10-7. So I think, if I'm being honest, I think this year, the way it falls, we're actually gonna have one of those off seasons next off season where it's gonna be shitty, because we're gonna be having a lot of bullshit to say to Dolphins fans. I think the Dolphins are gonna win the division this year.
See, I disagree. I honestly think we split with the Jets and we sweep through the Dolphins and the Patriots this year.
We could sweep them. That don't mean they don't have a better record. We go 10-7 and they go 12-5. They win a division. So,
well, I'm just looking at it like that's 5 wins right there. So,
but I'm saying like but it's a 17-week season.
No, I know what I'm saying is that's 5 wins that I'm counting already. Not to mention the rest. Like I wish we had the schedule because I'd pull it up, but
the Jets to me they got to prove it to me. Because you're not going to make me think that Aaron Rodgers is going to be better than he was the last time we saw him in Green Bay before he had an Achilles tear.
Right, I agree.
You're not going to make me believe that. Like, he's not going to come back and then all of a sudden give you 45 touchdowns. And
Brady gave everybody that rose-colored glasses to think that like every quarterback is not 45.
So I know a lot of people are talking that talk, and that's cool. New York is New York, but no, Josh is still the best quarterback in the division, and because of that, I think we do have a chance to take it. I don't know, man. I think Miami. I don't think they'll do anything in the playoffs. Like, I think if we played them in the wild card round, we'll still beat them. Like, I'm not saying it like that. I just think that the way the season will unfold, I just think early we're going to take some bumps and bruises. We got a young team. We got a team that doesn't have the same type of camaraderie and chemistry that we've seen over the last 5 years. So I think there's going to be a lot of growing pains. There's going to be a lot of things where you're going to see miscommunication, and Josh is going to have a lot of incompletes on 3rd and 6 and whatever. You're going to see this for the first few weeks. I just feel this. And then we're going to still do what we do like last year, make the playoffs. But I think Miami is going to, they're gonna hit the ground running, man. Like I said, their wide receiver 4 is fucking like this. Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, for me, if we did go 5-1 in the division, then we play the NFC West. We should take 3 out of 4 there, because I'm not giving us the San Francisco game. Not, I got to see that first, but we should beat Seattle, we should beat Arizona, and we should beat the Rams.
Right.
So that's 8 right there.
I don't know about the Rams. Man.
I mean, they had a better team. They had a better team a couple years ago. We smoked them.
Yeah.
Do you watch? Not being funny when I ask this, or I'm not being condescending. Do you watch the Rams? Like, do you watch them?
Yeah. I mean, they're a good team. I just think we're better.
I mean they're a great team. What happened last year is that their wide receiver 1 was injured for half the season, and then they had 2 of their defensive backs injured, and they lost They lost They lost half their line. Like, it was crazy. They went through some stuff, and then when you look at now, I hope Trey is healthy, but they got better at cornerback. They got a good number 1 running back. They got good wide receivers. They got 2 good wide receivers. And Stafford is not a slouch, man. So I'm just saying, like, I know we look at, like, I feel like we look at teams like based on how they performed in certain years, and not based on like the changes and what they've done for like, we know the Bills. So that's why when I asked, like, do you watch them or do you follow them?
Oh, I watch everybody.
It wasn't to be condescending. It was more to say, like, you know, because I think they made certain moves this year, and I think their draft was very good. I think they're going to challenge the 49ers for the division. I don't think it's going to be just like a runaway like it was last season. I think it's going to be one of those things where you're going to see like week 17, 18, depending on I don't know if they play each other or not, but it's going to be one of those things where it's going to be like, yo, these 2 teams can come for the NFC. What, like, it's going to be like that.
I watch them. I'm a diehard Bills fan, but I watch football.
Okay,
so
I feel you.
I feel you on that. Me personally, I don't know. I just think I think we're better than them.
We want to see,
man. We will be better than them when it comes time to come play them.
I think we're evenly, like, that's one of those teams right now going into the season. We'll see when it comes to that week. I think we're evenly matched on paper. I think right now, if I was to look at a team, what team? I know we United. What team would y'all say just on paper going into the season? What's the best team in the league?
I mean, are we going off of just? Do we have to say Kansas City because of the Super Bowl chance?
No, you don't have to say because they won.
I'm gonna throw Baltimore up there. I'll throw Baltimore up there. I mean,
can't throw Baltimore up there because of the way they called that game in the AFC Championship game.
And then they got Derrick Henry. That's
they just signed the best running, the second best running back.
Game plan when it matters the most. They can't stick to their game. When they play Kansas City, they wanted Lamar to win that game.
In the playoffs too. They get away from what they do. So,
they should have ran the ball more against Kansas City.
Right.
Well, that's fair. Lamar doesn't win in the playoffs, man. So I mean, that's fair. You can't, nobody can debate that.
Okay, so if we're going best team in the league, honestly, it's got to be San Francisco. I mean,
it has to be the Chiefs, but you say on paper. So
right, no, on paper going in because, like I said, they just lost to the, I said fuck Baltimore, but San Fran, they just lost to the Chiefs. So technically it's the Chiefs, but I'm saying, like, going into the season, I think most people feel like San Francisco is that team, right?
I would
like so. I don't think if right now, if the Bills and San Francisco were to play on a
neutral field.
Y'all think the Bills could beat them right now?
Right now? No.
I gotta see it. I mean, I know a lot of Homer talk is gonna come out, so all I'm gonna say is I gotta see it. Because that's what I think. We can't beat them, but if we just throwing her up there, I mean, probably we'll lose. It gotta be a good game. Something gotta happen, whichever. I just gotta see it. But honestly, probably not.
I don't think it's close. Like,
you don't think it's close?
And I'm not hating. Like, I love my team. And
you gotta be real, though. You gotta be real.
I think a lot of people this year probably aren't going to be realistic because we love them so much. Okay. And I think I fell victim to that for a couple of years. And I'm being honest, like I fell victim to my love for the team that I couldn't quite, like last season especially, man. Like I just couldn't see past like their shortcomings. You know what I mean? Like, and the signs were there early, like in the preseason, you could see, you could just see it. But it was like, nah, man, like, you know. And I will say this because and fuck with y'all, you know. Not y'all, but I'm saying like fuck what everybody say. There were things about Tremaine Edmonds that the Buffalo Bills missed. I'm telling you right now. The reason why the defense struggled, the way the defense struggled, there were things that now Matt Milano played phenomenally. We had linebackers play phenomenally. I'm not saying that they didn't play better in their space than Tremaine. What I'm saying is having Tremaine on that team with those two guys that also played linebacker could have been beneficial. They missed him. They had two phenomenal guys, but then guess what? Matt got injured. Guess who else got? You see what I'm saying? Like that matters.
I kind of will go against because I'm happy with who we got in Bernard in replacement.
I'm saying Bernard played well. Him and Matt, they played well. But Bernard had a period where he wasn't in because he was injured. Milano was out because he was injured. So what I'm saying is like, yeah, if you play better in 3-4 games that we see you, is it really better than having like a guy that's in there doing what they're doing and he takes away the middle of the field? So I support, I love Matt Milano. I love that dog. I'm just saying there are things and moves that have been made. Like I think this year,
I would have hated Tremaine over at I would have hated Tremaine over at Oliver, even though Ed Oliver had a hell of a season. In my opinion,
that's tough for me. I probably wouldn't because I'm happy.
I would have said that before last season.
That's what I'm saying. I still say that though.
Well, I would have said that before last season. This season, I apologize to that man, Ed.
Yeah, so did I. So did I.
You know what I'm saying?
So did I.
Like, dog, he came out and he shut me up because, he got that extension, and I felt like the numbers that he put up and the way that he always played hard. He played with passion, but the numbers that he put up, I just felt like didn't deserve the contract he got. But obviously, he was like, I'm going to show y'all. And he did. And look, I at this point, I'm going to say that I feel like Ed Oliver's a better player than Tremaine Edmonds. And that breaks my heart. Don't put this up. Don't post that nowhere. Because Tremaine is my dog. But I feel like at this point in their careers, Ed Oliver is a better player than Tremaine Edmonds. And I think the Buffalo Bills made the right decision in keeping Ed Oliver versus Tremaine Edmonds, or Matt Milano versus Tremaine Edmonds, or Tremaine in Chicago. They're going to turn that around. Like you're going to now, like they might not make it this year. You give it another year, 2 years. They're making the playoffs. They're going to make it's going to be fun if you're a Bears fan. So like, I
would not have drafted Caleb Williams. I would have turned that number 1 pick into a ransom and just kept Justin Fields. If you were going to add all that talent around him, like you could have turned that number 1 pick into a high first round draft.
A few number 1 picks for years
and
to come, man.
And a couple, that's just me.
No,
and I don't know if Pittsburgh's talking about with this whole Russell Wilson thing. Like, eventually, Justin Fields is going to take over.
Well, he will eventually, but I don't think Russell Wilson is as bad as everybody.
I don't either. I don't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that.
Well, no, not you. I didn't say. I'm sorry if that's how it came across.
No.
But I just think that he's not nearly as bad as what the media, like the national media, and whoever's trying to put out there. I think he was in a rough situation in Denver. I think the coach hated him. Right. You know, Sean Payton is an asshole, man, and he hated him. And when you take away, like the way that Russell Wilson has become great, you take that away from him. It's like it's literally sending somebody out there with like no arms and saying, "All right, go fight." Like it's not a good look. So I think when you get under a Hall of Fame head coach, like probably a top 3 coach in the league, I think Russell Wilson is about to thrive. I think Sierra probably going to be finer at the end of this year because of Russell Wilson's situation. You know what I'm saying? Like it's about to be a beautiful thing for them out there. Not to the point where they're going to like win the division. I think the division is the Ravens to lose. I know Joe Burrow is back, but I think the division, you get Derrick Henry and just certain moves you make, and now Lamar is in an offense where they allow him to throw the ball. It's the Ravens to lose. I think the AFC is the Ravens to lose. I think right now they're the best team in the AFC.
That's all.
What do you think? I hear you on the Ravens talk, but Burrow's healthy now too. So
he's healthy.
We can't.
He's healthy, but for how long?
That's what I'm saying.
But
And
I'm
then
saying we can't just easily
Burrow's
dismiss
over
Cincinnati.
Josh and everybody else, but you can't stay healthy for majority of your career. I mean, how availability is the best ability. I don't know how much better you can be. You could be Joe
He's
Cool
healthy, but for how long?
Yeah, you
Like,
could be
how
Joe
long?
Cool if you want, but
I'm just saying, I just don't want to easily just dismiss Cincinnati.
got you.
And I hate saying that because it's the Bengals.
They still revamping with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. So I do feel you on that. And if Burrow can't stay healthy,
I wish we could get T. Higgins too. I'm with you on that.
Like if you put a T. Higgins in like the offense we have right now,
perfect.
Revival,
like you wouldn't hear me talking.
Listen, that could be a possibility for next year because Cincinnati ain't going to pay him and Chase.
Right.
They can't. I mean, you got
the owners are really already talking about like the way he was talking. I heard an interview with him. He was talking about we don't know. We want to keep Jamar, but we ain't talking about money right now. And it's like that owner's had a history of not paying his players.
Well, but I think when you look at it, it has to get to a point when you look at, okay, yeah, it's Jamar Chase and then it's also like you can say it for any team. You got two great wide. Like look at Miami right now. At some point, Waddle and Hill are both going to come up for. You know what I mean? It's like Hill already contract is like this.
Actually, didn't they just re-sign Waddle?
They probably did. I don't know. I've been unplugged this summer.
They
did. So but guess what? Now I know they just signed Tua, but they're hurting in other areas. Other areas that they chose to not sign. So they chose to say, okay, if Tua can get the ball out of his hands in 2 seconds, we could. That might not happen. Like
they could have had any other mediocre quarterback playing that system with all the receivers and speed you got on that team. Anybody could have been on that. Like Trubisky could have bought on that team.
But I tell you what, that system for Tua, it fits. It's like in that system, Tua is a very good quarterback, and I give him the credit for in that system. The problem is his makeup, his genetic makeup. He just don't do well in cold months and in cold weather. I know we try to say Alabama gets chilly and they do all this, and it gets cold. It's not the same as going up to Kansas City and playing in negative 10 degrees temperature.
Listen,
he's not the guy that can do that.
I know I'm from South Carolina, and that ain't Alabama. It don't get cold like it gets cold.
It ain't the same.
It's not the same.
You know what I mean? And I left Buffalo for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like it is not the same going up to Orchard Park in January and to play football versus Miami or wherever you play. It's not the same. So
you say you left Buffalo for that. That's part of the reason why I'm trying to get back down south myself.
Hey,
it's not the same, man. This weather ain't no joke.
So much. I love Buffalo for like all of this, but I hate Buffalo for that. And I left it for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't hate Buffalo. I love Buffalo. It's my home and my family's there, but the cold is too much, and Tua shows that. But somebody like Josh, he belongs in Buffalo, so I'm happy that that's my quarterback.
Absolutely.
Right. Well, man, I got to wrap this thing up, man. We're going on an hour and a half. I know we can go for another hour and a half. But man,
you got my football juices going tonight, man.
This was fun. I needed this.
Me too, actually.
Is coming back and Chop Up coming back and Hump Day came back. So, like, I needed this to kind of get my energy and my juices going. So I appreciate y'all for the invite, man. And it's all love. I got to get you on both of y'all. I got to get you on Code of Conduct this season. Hefe, relax, bro. You gotta relax, bro.
Let me know, man. I'll be more than happy to jump on with you, bro.
Yeah. We got to get y'all on, man. It's gonna be a fun year.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. So, man, one more time, tell the people where they can find you, everything you got going. I mean, you pretty much already said that, but tune into my man's Code of Conduct coming up, Hump Day. He had it earlier with Joe Miller, man. Great show, great talk. Big things over there on the Overreaction podcasting network, man. Nothing but love to him. Spence, man, where they can find you one more time.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter. Again, I haven't posted on Instagram in like 2 years. So like follow me on X. It's X now. It's not even Twitter. Follow me on X at JSpenceTheKing. And hey, man, I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for having me on. It's been a great time, man.
Absolutely, man. Nothing but love to you and the Mafia, man. Let's go. Great season coming ahead. Training camp. Let's get it, man.
Go Bills. Go Bills.
One job to get done today, man. Find a W. Play for each other. I love y'all. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.